before the show just because I feel like you're itchy to go. But Bill, I want to thank you very much. I want to thank Long Island Traditions. I want to thank City Lore. I really want to thank my actors. And I want to thank you for coming. This is important, again, because it's a living tradition in a living community. So what you see here, it's not just on stage. It's really out there. This is a story I think is true. When you're watching it, I hope that you can see which are the parts I wrote for you, which are the parts I wrote for me here at the edge of the deep blue sea. Enjoy saltwater, people.
Woo!
American Law Theater presents Saltwater People, a Long Island folktale. Scene, the eastern coast of Long Island near Accabonac Creek, East Hampton. Time, in and out of memory from Halloween 2012 to August 1990. Act 1, prologue now. Springs, East Hampton, Long Island, New York. Pre-storm light, strange and golden through the windows of the modest family home kitchen. The house's sole master, Chris King, a real piss cutter, comes downstairs with a rolled up newspaper in his hand. He is holding the family eel spear.
Bucket filled with water. Put your hand up to the wrist. Pull it out.
He sets the spear on the kitchen table and pulls a pen from his pocket. He flicks the radio on and struggles to write words he cannot see.
Bring you radio concerning Sandy Hurricane Superstorm, Southeast New York Seaboard, evacuate, landfall, tidal surge warning.
Chris holds up the paper and shakes his head. He folds it up and places it in the fridge. He picks up the spear, puts on his heavy waders, braces himself, and shuts the door on the way out.
Measure of how you'll be missed.
Wind batters the roof. The power flickers out, and the rude Atlantic surf enters the kitchen. We're almost near underwater. Scene 1, now. Superstorm Sandy, the morning after. Halloween. Dan King, 36 years old and the son of the old man Chris, enters in fisherman overalls and a heavy raincoat. This is his rescue mission.
Dad? Dad! Chris? Chris? Dad? Ah, jeez.
Dan?
Coral, don't.
Coral enters. She's wearing a similar outfit to Dan, with the major difference being that she is 7 months pregnant.
All right, Coral, just stay in the boat.
I want to help you look.
He's not here. It's dangerous. We don't know what's damaged.
I'll be fine.
Okay.
If he's not here, where is he?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, don't panic. That's a start, okay? Wherever he is, I'm sure he's fine. He's a resilient son of a gun. Did you check the attic?
He's not there.
And the basement is underwater?
He would never have gone to the basement. He knows better than that. God, look at this house.
It's like a dream.
This is why when people tell you to get out before the storm, you listen to them. But no, we have to go protect the house. That's what's important.
Getting angry isn't going to help the situation. We need to find out where he went.
Dan flings open every drawer and cabinet in anger, including the fridge. He stops. He pulls out a soggy copy of the New York Post.
What's that? Is it a note?
Dan studies it.
What?
She goes over his shoulder.
What is this?
She grabs it from him.
Take a bucket and fill it with water.
What is that?
Do you remember? It's the poem that Dad always does at Christmas.
What's it doing in the fridge?
Dan studies it.
He doesn't, he didn't finish it.
Coral looks outside.
This boat's gone. Did you think it washed away?
No, he would have tied it down beforehand. If it's gone, it means he took it.
Out? In the storm?
He's crazy, I know.
Well, we've got to go looking for him.
What do you mean, we, white man?
We, as in we.
No, we came out here to check on my dad. We didn't expect this whole mission.
So?
So I'm gonna go search for him myself.
It's so safe for you out there alone?
It's not safe out there for you at all.
So between the two of us, we'll have each other's backs.
Yeah, and if something's happened to him, you shouldn't have to see that.
And you should be there alone? No, Dan. I'll be okay. I'll be with you.
But
Get on the way.
If I'm good enough to do dirt bikes, I should be fine on the kayak with you. Dan, don't worry. We're going to find him. And when you do find him, we can all laugh about this someday.
Chris doesn't laugh.
Well, we can laugh. Or if we don't laugh, we can at least tell the story.
She holds up Dan's hand. For the first time, we see that he is missing 2 fingers. He holds her hand.
Oh, this is so embarrassing. You shouldn't have to be responsible for a father with a death wish.
It's not embarrassing. You think you're the only one with a weird family? Get in the boat.
All right. I'll meet you out there.
Coral waddles out. Dan holds the newspaper in his hand. He looks into the kitchen. The light changes and the water goes down. Scene 2, then. The King Kitchen, 10 a.m. August. Alexa, sweatpants and flannel, mid-40s, is frying an egg. We hear a car pull into the yard. A man with a rusty beard and a tall, lean frame barrels into the kitchen without removing his shoes. This is Chris King, a 13th generation Long Island bayman closer to his prime. Alexa looks at Chris.
I know, take them off.
Chris marches back to the entryway, removes his shoes, then comes back to the table.
You want coffee?
Made it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What?
You never say good morning.
It's a good morning. Can I say good morning to my wife?
Say whatever you want.
You want me to make you some peanut butter toast?
I'll make my own, thanks.
Alexa starts to make the toast.
What are you up to today?
I have to do all the laundry, get the groceries, help Danny shop for dorm stuff.
What does he need?
Lamps, a new duvet cover, you know, college things. He needed an air conditioner.
Then all central air?
What if he gets hot?
Alexa, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. You know what happened to me today?
What?
Well, I went up street to Kroger's, but yesterday, actually. And all these rich city ups were staring me up and down, and I was just getting some ice. So finally, I get in my car after checking out, and this woman next to me pulls up in her Jag and says, "Are you gonna park that next to me?" In my own supermarket. Since I was in high school, I've been going there. So I say, "Yeah, I'm parking it next to you." And she says, "Well, can you try not to get sand on it?" Oh, I said, "Well, if she doesn't want to get sand on it, you should live near the beach." Well, this lady starts going off on me, talking to me how what the fishermen should do is just go away. So finally she says, "I let you fish in my pond." I just about lost it. I mean, Sag, it's your pond now? After hundreds of years, we gotta have your permission to fish here? I don't think so, lady.
All right, I get it. You don't need to make it a federal case.
Federal case? I'm gonna make it a federal case. You think I'm just blowing off
So you
steam?
got frustrated.
Frustrated.
She's got a right to be at Kroger's as much as you.
So you're on their side.
Chris, there aren't sides.
They're invaders. That's what they are. They're invading us. They're an invasive species, like Dan was saying about the Asian clams. Every year they gotta come out and invade, and then
The next thing you know, the government's gonna start taking it all away from us.
Don't make fun of me.
I've just heard it before.
Well, I gotta live it. Because if it isn't the people from away, it's West Nile. And if it's not West Nile, it's Cuomo and the Stripers. And I'm still waiting on the check from the Coast
I'm
Guard.
not telling you how to fish, and you're not waiting on a check from me, so you don't have to go off on me first thing in the morning. All I'm asking is for you to take your waders off when you come in the kitchen.
All right. So, Danny needs a lamp.
Did you see the lights in the room when we toured? There's no way there's enough light just in the window and the overhead light.
You don't think there'll be enough lights?
Well, what if it's night and he doesn't want to wake up his roommate?
Maybe go to the common room?
Can I buy my kid a lamp, Chris? Before he goes off to school, could I just do that?
Sure. But maybe you could get a lamp or an air conditioner. That's it.
Hey,
You fill out all the loan paperwork?
Yes, but
Is that why you're so mad?
what?
Because you had to ask for money?
No.
You're always mad when you spend money.
You want to talk about
What's to talk about that we haven't talked about a million times before? I'm not worried about it.
it? But
So,
maybe I'm a little angry, all right?
for what?
I think I'm entitled to be a little angry when them guys in green tell my lobsters are gone and I can't sell my bass and I lost my boat and the fat bitch tells me I can't get sand on a Jag and now I have to... Mikey went to that 2-year program. Now, if
Michael's
Danny...
an electrician, Chris.
Yeah, I know.
Danny wants to be a marine biologist. 2 different things, Chris. One takes more work.
I just wish... Can I help it if I wish my son was just a little dumber? Not an idiot, mind you, just dumb enough to save me $6,000.
If he was dumb, he wouldn't like going out fishing with you, would he?
He loves fishing with me.
He loves the ocean.
Well, so do I, and I didn't have to go to Stony Brook.
You love it in different ways.
Yeah, he loves it expensively.
Yeah, and you love it cheaply. Like everything else.
It's not my fault, Alexa. They charge $50 a foot for parking now, you know?
Which actually reminds me, I was talking to Liz Roundtree, and she said that her new neighbors are looking for someone to take care of their yacht, so I told them you might be interested.
Whose yacht?
It's a guy who has a hedge fund, Teller or something.
Tell us something.
He's from away. He's built up around the old Ross house.
No.
Could be good money.
No. I'm not gonna waste my life taking care of someone else's
I
boat.
think maybe considering Dan.
I thought you said you didn't want to talk in circles.
You're so sure.
I am sure. We're gonna be fine.
Why? You just talked about the runoff and the lobster and the regulation. How are you so sure we're going to be fine?
Just trust me.
I do trust you. Now tell me,
Tell you what.
why I should trust you, Chris King? How is it going to be fine?
Because I got
What?
a new boat.
You got a new boat? Or you're getting a new boat?
I've been thinking about getting a new boat.
And how are you going to afford that?
By doing my job. And fishing, Alexa, same as I always
What
do.
if the bass bill passes? Then what?
It's one bad season, Alexa, and since the fucking Coast Guard sunk Tara, I've been thinking, waiting on those stupid government dingbatters to pay me what they owe me for the insurance, and frankly, honey, I'm sick of waiting. And yeah, fine, maybe the bay's a little fished out this year. Point taken. But if I had an ox bow, I can head out to deeper water and fish the canyons. It's mostly unfished out there. No, rich, lazy sport fishermen to get in my gills, and I can stay out all night.
Is that where you've been?
Trying.
Buying a new boat? We're going to get out of debt by buying more?
I can't catch enough fish to make serious money without a new boat. I can't pay for the kids' fucking marine biology goo-ga summer camps without fish, and the way I see it, it's an investment. The insurance from the government only covers part of the payment, so we'll have to finance the rest of the
And where's the money coming from to buy the boat?
I'll take out a loan.
Who's going to give you that money?
I already talked to Jim McKinnon at the bank.
And what did he say?
He gave me the loan.
He gave it to you?
Yep.
So you already got it.
Yeah.
And when are you buying this boat?
She's in the harbor now. I was thinking of naming her the Alexa 2, or if you don't like that, we could go with the Mohegan. I've been out all night trawling. You should have seen what I was catching. Stripes as big as your arm.
How'd you get the loan, Chris?
Jim helped me get an approval from Chase.
You mortgaged the house? Jim let you do that? Jim, our banker, told you that'd be fine?
Well, Jim...
I can't believe this. This is our home.
Well, exactly. This is my home. So I think it's fair that I'm able to do
what you want, yeah? Without asking anyone else? What happens if you can't catch in the canyons, huh?
I can.
No, you can't.
No. Don't tell me that. You have no idea.
You have no idea.
I have a boat that can fish it.
The boat doesn't make there be more fish. You didn't even think to ask me, not once? Not to consult with me once?
Would have made a difference if I did.
Yes, it would have made all the difference in the world, Chris.
Well, I'm sorry, Alexa. I'm sorry that I had to make a tough call to try to save this family and put my kid through school.
You're unbelievable. This is your home. You're the one that never shuts up about 13 generations of kings that live right here.
Well, you're not the one out there
Because you won't let me go out there and get a job. You put it all on you, and then you get mad at me for not understanding.
What do you ever do with me in mind?
I just offered to make you peanut butter toast.
Why didn't you tell me? That's what I want to know. The stuff about the fish and the insurance and the boat and the house. But why not just tell me? Why not share something with me?
Because it's my family, Alexa. I'm the one who's got to look out for it. It's my livelihood. And it's my bay and my family's house for 13 generations. And it's my decision to make and no one else's.
So I don't get a say in you selling our house?
Well, it's my family's house.
Then I'm not your family then? Huh?
Come on, Alexa.
No, I guess that's right. I guess I must not be your family. You don't treat me like family. You don't consult with me on anything. You don't take me into account on any decisions that affect me. I guess I must not be your family then.
Of course you're my family.
I've just about had it with you, Chris King. Your absences, weeks at a time. I've put up with it before, but you ask a lot of me, Chris.
I'm out there busting
You
my
ask
ass.
a lot of me. For years you've been asking a lot of me. And busting your ass? What evidence is there besides your money boots? The proof certainly isn't in the fish you bring back.
Watch it.
You can't make a living out there, Chris. You either can't or you won't.
Well, you better believe I will. Just listen to me.
No, you listen to me this time. I'm not joking around. Every time you do this or that crazy thing or you fly off the handle, I always say, well, this is just this once or this is how it's got to be. And I always ask myself, why do I stick around? And, well, frankly, that's the thing. I just don't know anymore, Chris. I just don't know.
What are you saying?
I just want you to go away, Chris. Like, I can't do it anymore. I can't be with you and around you all the time and have you not. We still live together. We still share a life.
But
I just don't love you like that. Not right now.
20 years.
Chris, you put Danny's future at risk? I raised that kid. That kid is my son. And my son's future after everything we talked about, after bringing him home and raising him up for his whole life, you throw away his future now? What's it all been for then, Chris? What's it all been for?
We can fix this, Al.
I wish I could, Chris.
Well, why not?
Because it wouldn't be real.
It doesn't have to be real.
Yes, it does, and you can't force it if it's not there.
We're just stressed because Danny's going away and.
No, that's not it.
But Alexa, maybe if we just if we pretended.
No, Chris, no. I wouldn't get inside 10 clam rakes of you.
Well, we could just pretend that the time hadn't gone by, that we're still kids. Maybe it could come back.
I
and we
can't
could
go
just
back,
sorta-
Chris. You're out there for weeks at a time. Who knows where you really are? You could be off with some other woman and I'd never even know.
No, I've never been with anyone else, Alexa. I may not always be up front, but I've never done that. No.
I'm just saying that when you're trawling for 15 days at a time, I can't sit there and open clams in the sink all day and listen to myself talk. I need you to listen to me now, Chris. Really listen. I need you to understand
Understand what?
that it's time for you to go.
I'll go when I decide.
No, you won't.
Chris sips his coffee.
I want the keys to the house, Chris. I want you to go away. I think it's time we separated.
You want me to give you the keys to my house? My house. That I own.
You don't own it anymore.
And where do I go?
Out on that big boat of yours, the new one, and get your head straight, and you can come back when you decide that me and this family and your relationships are more important to you than a pile of fish. I'm serious. Give them to me.
No.
Please.
No, I'll leave. I won't come back here, and I'm keeping the keys.
Chris, if you have them, I won't feel...
Feel what, Alexa? What
Safe.
can I possibly...
If you have them, and if you can come in at any moment, I won't feel safe.
He gives the keys to her. murder in his eyes.
I'm sorry, Chris. I'm sorry.
Chris, shaken, forces everything from his mind.
Danny! Hey, Danny!
Danny, his son of 17, enters in pajamas. He's groggy.
What? I just woke up.
Oh, I knew you were coming down. You want coffee?
It's Saturday, let me sleep.
You all packed?
The day before. I was gonna pack the day before.
Okay. Well, you leave it at the last minute. That's not smart.
It's not all. I really don't want to spend my last Saturday at home being nagged.
What if I forget something?
You can bring it to me? Can I go?
What if I'm busy?
You won't be, you have no life.
I had an idea.
Yeah?
I was thinking you and I could go out in the bay before school starts. One last trip before summer ends. Just the last weekend. We can take on the gas in Montauk, catch some stripers before the season's out. Huh? Come on.
I would.
But
You know, I was gonna stick around here and say goodbye to everyone. Jeremy and Coral.
yeah, but come on. One weekend. Father and son. I got a surprise to show you.
I don't think so, Dad.
Come on, please.
Chris retreats for a second. We see a crack in his armor, but he pulls it together.
No, I'm still your father, and you still live under my roof.
For like 1 week.
So I have 5 days until those words don't carry any more heft. So, will you just let me be your father? Please? Look, it'll be a get in and get out.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
It'll be fun. Come on. You could bring your pencils. You should be excited. The light's gonna be great. Now, I want to hit the water by 3 if there's weather.
Alexa can't stomach anymore. She gets up in silence, puts a plate in the sink, exits. Danny pours his coffee and is about to leave.
Hey, don't you want to sit and have coffee with me?
I'm going back to bed.
With coffee?
Yeah, it's Saturday. Some of us want a day off.
He leaves Chris alone. Chris gets his boots and heads out the door. Dan in the present leaves as well. The water rushes back in as the kitchen melts away. Scene 3 now. The sunken springs below the bridge. Dan and Coral paddle over the flood zone in an inflatable kayak. This is a disaster area.
Look at this.
It could be anywhere.
It's beautiful, in a way. Reminds you who's really in charge. You hear the power went out in Manhattan? Benji Miller told me when I saw him this morning.
I believe it.
Dan trails his hand in the green glass sea.
Which way do we go? Do you think we went up the island?
It's possible to tell. Can't trace the water.
Reminds me of that poem.
That fridge one?
Yeah. So you can't give up yet, okay?
I haven't given up.
You're sulking.
I'm mad. He always does this. Always. He never listens. Not to me, not to Mom, not to anyone. Not to the fire department who has to knock on his door and say, hey, stupid, 36 hours to 78 mile per hour winds probably isn't the best thing for an 86-year-old man to be exposed to. Do you know?
Dan stops himself.
It's okay. You can tell me.
Do you know how long I've been asking him to quit? How long everyone's been asking him to quit? I offered to buy the license off him. He said, not until he's dead. I said, sell the house, go to Florida. Hell, fish the Gulf, keep fishing, but it's warmer for an old man. You think the whole hip thing was the start of it? We've been asking him to give it up since I was a kid. And he never listens to anyone. And he does not get to go to his grave without listening to me once. Not before I find him today.
Is that what you would say to him?
It's not like it would make a difference. He's just gonna go out there and do it all over again.
Probably.
Thanks.
I didn't mean it like that. I meant it like, families are like tides. They're cycles. The same every time. They go out, they come back. Dan,
Yes, bub?
where are we going?
I don't know.
Dan,
Yeah?
can I see the newspaper?
He hands it to her. She reads it.
What?
Look at the article it's written on. Monster eel found under Chelsea Piers. Dan, what is this?
I don't know.
Dan,
It's the Post. It's just some story. I read it when it came out too.
is this... Did your dad know about this?
I don't know.
You know, I hate it when you lie to me. I can always tell.
How am I lying?
Your eyebrows go up.
It's a thing. My dad sort of knows about it. I'll tell you about it, I promise. But not right now.
Why not?
Because I haven't figured it out myself yet.
When are you gonna talk to me, Dan?
Let's just focus on finding Chris right now.
I just think that I would like to know. And you did say you'd tell me when we were still in high school.
I'll tell you when I find him.
Today.
Today. I promise.
You always promise.
And I haven't broken it yet. Have I? I said someday, and I'm still around.
Fine.
Dan witnesses the sunken world and is passed by a much larger fishing boat. Scene 4, then. Mohican Pequot, Chris's new Sea-Ox, open bow in Gardener's Bay. Chris is at the helm. He looks over the side, deeming this to be a good spot.
The weather's kind of choppy today, Dad.
Nah, it's fine.
Are you sure?
It's fine.
I can see white.
Well, we'll make half and be quick about it.
Well, what time do you think we're gonna go back in?
Can I just have one fishing trip with my son?
Sure, I just
Yeah.
have a lot to do. All right?
Relax. Good spot?
Yeah.
Chris kills the motor. They pull up the nets.
So, what do you think of it?
It's a nice boat.
Did you feel how solid the deck is? No wood. It's all composite core.
It's nice.
All right, what do we got?
Dan looks through the hall. It's meager.
A couple of scup, some porgies, not much.
Hey, look at that.
Chris gestures to a spinefish.
Hey, we caught ourselves a Democrat. Ted Hamilton told me they got the Army Corps engineers came out here to do a survey. They interviewed all the baymen. All the baymen told them, what we want to keep fishing. And they took our advice and shoved it up our ass. I tell you, you got people in the DEC, they don't fish. They don't even fish for pleasure. They have some, you have them coming here regulating us and trying to tell us what we do, and the next thing you know, you fucked up the whole ecosystem because of it.
That's not why the ecosystem is fucked up.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It's because the government wants to pretend we don't exist. So the sport fishermen can get a better view from their beach house.
No, it's because of chemicals in the water, Dad. It's chemicals that are destroying the bass because the city is so polluted.
There have been stripers in these waters for as far back as the old timers. 13 generations of kings made their living off this water.
So what?
And
What does that have to do with anything?
because it's my way of life.
That doesn't mean the fish will last forever. Species needs to recover.
I never said that. What I said was some government guy isn't gonna know better than some true bayman how many to take and give. Now I'm all for responsible catching. It's not some exact science you can regulate.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
No, it's not some magic intuition.
Oh, in 25 years in this water, 13 generations, that knowledge that gets passed down, that means nothing? And no one can count the fish in the ocean.
There are ways of telling how many fish are spawning. We have tags, we have collections, we have formulas.
Yeah, a formula can't predict a good season. I'm sorry, but it just can't.
Yes, it can.
You know, it's not the fish that's dying off. It's the industry what's dying off. The regulation is killing the industry.
Well, like it or not, it's not going to come back unless the government makes it come back.
I tell you, in the 70s, when I was your age, the scout catch alone was worth up to $2 million a year.
Yeah, well, this is now.
All right, enough. God, you're such a defeatist. You're like your mother. All right, let's pull her up.
Danny and Chris pull up another net. This time, it's even less fish than before.
Stop, this is nothing. Did you put it low enough?
It was full out when we got here, like always. We're deeper out here.
Well, that should mean more fish. That should mean more fish.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, it's been 2 hours.
What do you want from me?
God!
What do you want from doing that? Hey, do you really think yelling is going to make there be more fish?
I don't need this from you right now, Danny. I don't need this from you.
Oh, you don't need it? You just think I want to be out here with you raging and yelling? All right, just mellow out. I thought you were the one who had the fisherman's scent.
Ah, shut up, Danny. Just shut up!
Fine.
Meanwhile, Chris's line from a fishing pole attached to the rail begins to pull. Chris picks it up and begins to reel it in.
Whoa.
It's a struggle.
Whoa, she's a big one.
Danny smirks, and Chris struggles and sweats to reel in the fish.
Oh, must be some sort of swordfish.
Chris is pretty near pulled overboard. Eventually, with all his strength, he hauls in his line, and a bucket is attached to the end of it.
I gotcha.
You fucking kidding me?
What? It was a joke.
You think this is fucking funny?
That's exactly what you did to me.
I don't want you to ever do this again. Do you understand?
Dad, I thought it was funny.
Well, it's not, and I don't ever want you to make a joke out of me again.
Chris lowers the net and gets behind the helm.
Where are you going?
Deeper.
How far out?
As far as I decide.
Where?
The canyons.
Oh, that's so far
The
out.
boat can take it. That's why I bought it. There aren't any smaller fish close to shore, so we have to make some money on this trip. So we'll catch our luck with the tuna off the canyon. I'm the captain of this boat, so as long as I'm your father, you're gonna do what I say.
Chris and Danny tie the nets back and push off.
You might think I'm stuck in my ways, but did I ever once say you had to be a fisherman?
You did this morning.
That's because I wanted to spend some time with you, but I mean, as a living. I ever once not support you in doing science?
Thank you.
Alright, well, you ever touch a fishing net after school, I'll tan your hide. I worked like a donkey all my life, and here I am. I'm still working like a donkey, because I don't know nothing. A little bit better off than when I started. This life here takes one big miss. In case you found out yet. Big miss. Best thing you could do is just read up a little and get a job as a psychoanalyst. You know, like that loony I run into over here the other day. What do? You lay down there on a couch and earn a day's pay in an hour just listening to some rich people belly aching. Pay better than fishing. I'll tell you that.
So why do you keep at it? Hello?
It's my nature.
He trolls a carol.
Yeah, fishy, 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 fishy.
He pulls up the net. There's a few fish.
Finally. All right, first catch of the day. Now go get the ice.
Danny goes to the cooler.
Yeah, fishy, 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 yeah, fishy, fishy, fishy.
We're out of ice.
What?
I couldn't find the bag down there.
Did you pack it?
Yes.
Then why isn't it there?
I did pack it. I bought it in the cooler.
Well, multiple coolers full of ice don't vanish, did they?
The ice in my cooler is fine, but we used it for the other fish. You forgot it.
God damn it! Why don't we just dump the fish over them? Why don't we just throw them back?
Chris picks up a few fistfuls of fish and flings them back into the ocean.
We have to cut the trip short.
Then we wasted hundreds of dollars of my hard-earned money.
We can't keep anything we catch. We have to head back.
It'll keep. It'll keep. We just, gotta get enough to get back to shore early and then put it on ice. Throw the porgies back. Just take up space. God damn it. I'll find it.
Chris goes to the cooler. Danny looks overboard and a commotion in the water.
Dad? Dad, there's a pull on the line.
There is a huge pull on the line and Chris is dragged to the edge of the rail.
Alright, this is big.
Alright, you want help?
Is this another bucket?
No, I swear.
Alright, I got it.
Chris pulls and pulls. What emerges from the water is a human face, hooked on the end of Chris's line.
Whoa!
He screams and Brittany drops the pole but holds fast. Danny grabs him as the eel thrashes and seizes. Chris and Danny pull the alien monster onto the boat. She is long and silver, completely smooth, with short stubby arms that fall perfectly flush to her sides. She is at once a massive eel, and yet bewitching, alluring, human. She flops as she wriggles and shimmies. Danny and Chris try holding her down. Finally, Chris manages to wrap her in a net. She is limp, still twitching.
What is that?
Danny stares at the eel, guarding her like an animal, stick raised high to strike again.
Dad, what is that?
It's, well... It looks like a swanica.
A what now? What is...
A saltwater people, you know? Saltwater person, you know? Like in the stories. Remember Grandpa Bert used to say?
Chris and Danny look at the eel, stunned as she comes to.
No, I think I'd remember something like this.
She's,
Is it a fish?
It's...
Chris is transfixed.
Can she understand us?
No, they don't speak English. I mean, come on, listen to yourself. You think, you think she speaks English? I never seen one this big.
Danny tries to wave at the eel, who is observing everything.
She can say something though.
She has vocal cords. That's...
You're the scientist.
All right, there's some sort of box.
Danny gently approaches her. He motions toward himself.
Danny. Name. Okay, Danny. Me. Danny. Danny King. Danny King.
He points to Chris.
Chris. That's Chris King.
Danny
Chris.
points to her.
You?
She hasn't talked.
Well, she might.
They both step back and just stare at the thing.
What do you want to do?
Chris looks at the eel. He can't believe it.
Is she hurt?
Can she breathe out of water?
I don't know. She can't breathe, but she can stay out of water for a bit. You know, they go on land sometimes.
When?
They migrate up rivers
Why?
to lay eggs.
Dad, how come I never heard of this?
Because you don't listen when your family talks.
Chris squats beside the Swanica.
Are you hurt? How is your mouth?
Chris hooks his own mouth with his hand. Danny waits. The eel is listening.
Yeah, we fucked up your home, right? With our boats and fishing. That's probably why you're so close to the surface, right? The sediment in the bottom is suffocating your food. If she eats clams, do you?
Danny mimics opening a clam. Remarkably, the eel imitates him.
Huh.
Yeah. My family hunts too. We hunt for fish. We eat clams too. Not as long as you, probably. Here.
He slowly rolls the eel over until she's on her stomach.
Is she okay?
She's sleeping.
Do you think this is from the chemicals?
What?
Like a mutant, you know?
Have you ever listened to a word I said? She's been around longer than we
How
have.
do you know?
Everyone knows.
What are we gonna do with her?
We'll keep her on board for now. See if she's feeling better. Then, well, I don't know what then. Well, we can't eat her. I'm not sure what use she'd be, but.
No, we should throw her back.
What if she's the only one left?
Well, then all the more reason we should throw her back.
Well, maybe, if there's time.
Time for what?
Well, we still gotta fish, Dan.
You want to fish more after this?
We still have to make heft if we're gonna pay the boat off, Swanica or not.
So you don't even care?
I didn't say that. I never said that. I said eel or no eel will be out of the house if we don't start hauling.
Right, well, this is a big deal, though, Dad. Okay, this is like a scientific discovery.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think people will be amazed.
Maybe.
You don't think people will be amazed at this?
Maybe the dink batters, but not the baymen.
There's no way that this has been found before.
I've never heard the story.
No, I've heard like fairy tales, but not stuff like this.
Well, there's a whole mess of them, right? I'll tell you sometime, but the reason you ain't seen one before is because it's too much trouble to catch them, and what's the point? You can't eat them, you can't sell them.
So you've seen one before?
Once.
When?
A while back.
Like when?
Look,
If I go get my pencils, can you watch it?
Sure. Now. You had to show them now. Baby, for you for years, for a lifetime, and of all the days. Now, with him here, now you come to me? Man, day. You still remember me? You got my, like, scent or something? Or maybe it's just one of you, huh? Do you know my name? I taught it to you. Don't tell me you don't remember. Chris. Chris.
The eel just stares back at him.
Chris! Chris King! God damn it!
The eel says nothing.
remember on my honeymoon, I was at Cousin Stephen's house on the point. Alexa was lying in bed, and she wondered why I kept looking out the window, looking at the sea. I was looking for you. Chris! Chris King! Chris!
Danny comes up with his pencil.
So
What?
what are the saltwater people?
First time I ever heard about it was when Nat Roundtree drowned. I was maybe 13, and we was out just playing, waiting for the hauls to come in and help unload. Me and my brother used to make a little money that way. Well, one day, Captain Frank Dexter calls up from the beach and he says, yeah, I spotted one out in the water. I spotted a mermaid, one of them saltwater people. She's out there. Well, we had nothing to do. It was a high summer, so me and my brother, a bunch of the other boys from town, we all take out in the boats and we go looking for her. Well, we was out hunting. It must have been all day until night, and well, the rest of us, we didn't see anything. We went home, and it was just another day of fun, right? And Nat Roundtree, he kept looking. He stayed out there longer than any of us. Well, that night, Nat doesn't come back, right? Well, the next day he doesn't come back either. And when he's not back by nightfall, that's when we all start to get worried, right? Town was small then, much smaller now. So we mobilized everyone some quick to get out there and search. We were beachcombing. Couldn't find anything. Well, finally, me and one of my brothers was playing, and we seen something strange looking kind of pop up in a poos and just kind of like come up. Then it went back down again. We rode over there to see if we saw anything more. We saw nothing. But a little later, another fella seen again something, and he pulled it out, and it was Nat. Wasn't much left of him. All the top was gone, nothing left but his legs up to his backbone a little bit. Funny thing was, he still had his white socks on and no boots. We thought somehow the boots must have come off just a little while before we seen him in that sea poos. My dad would walk the beach every day till finally possible would come ashore. The head, the shoulder, it's all chewed up by crabs and fleas. Doctor said, well, most everyone thought it was a shark, but my dad didn't think so.
What did he think it was?
No, he thought it was the saltwater people. He said, that's my story and I'm sticking to it.
Do you think that too?
I think Nat was out there poking his nose into some things that men weren't supposed to know. I think there's a lot in this world that fits that description. That there's some things that you're just not supposed to know about. And when you put your hand in that water and you can't see what's underneath, well, you don't know when you're bait. So I suppose you always are in one way or another, but you can't put it off by not looking. I guess that's the key to surviving. Knowing what's not safe to know and forgetting you ever heard about it in the first place.
Chris looks out toward the horizon.
Should we put some water on her?
Why?
She can't be comfortable like
Ah,
that.
she's asleep. She can't hurt us.
Yeah, but it's a nice thing to do.
She can't feel it.
You don't know that. Come on.
Danny pours some water from a bucket on the eel. She wakes up. The eel waits for a moment of peace, then frantically tries to break free of the net and escape. Chris leaps to his feet and wrestles her back into submission.
Get her under the net.
Danny competently but slowly wraps the net around the eel. Danny clips the net to the railing. The eel screeches bloody murder. She is stuck now.
Oh, you shouldn't pull like that.
What?
You might hurt her.
No, you just said she couldn't feel anything.
Well, this is different.
Well, what was I supposed to do?
I don't know, but in the future.
Well, if she tries to escape again, I'm gonna do what I have to, puppy.
Alright, check the net again.
They pull up a few silver Atlantic cod up on the boat. One wriggles about.
Oh, get one.
Danny holds it down and the eel feebly tries to reach it.
Hold it.
Chris tries to hand him his big knife.
Alright, time's up.
Dad, can you,
Oh, come on.
please?
We gotta live. It's gonna come
Oh,
off.
I don't like to do it. Come on.
You like to eat fish?
Yeah.
Then do it.
Danny looks to his dad, then back to the eel.
Give it to me.
Chris grabs the knife out of Danny's hand and brings it straight down through the fish.
I'm sorry.
Let's eat lunch. What do we have?
I made tuna,
What kind of bread?
mom's bread.
Why did you use the good bread? You know I like the good bread. I hate that shit.
Well, that was the first bread I saw.
But you know that I like the good
Well,
bread.
sorry.
Just get the sandwiches.
Danny goes to the cooler. Chris offers the dead fish to the eel. She nibbles it.
Sorry about tying you up, but don't try to do that again, all right? I'm gonna try to take care of you, but you gotta not keep trying to jump overboard every 5 minutes, all right? Deal? Do we have a deal?
The eel just stares blankly at him.
You know they sunk my last boat? I was out with Danny and we hauled up a torpedo. You have torpedoes down there? Huh? We had the good graces to report it to the Coast Guard, and rather than bring it in, they ended up sinking my whole boat. The whole goddamn boat. Right in front of my eyes. My life savings. I'm still waiting on that check.
The eel stares back at him blankly.
You can't understand a thing, you stupid little idiot. I can say whatever I want to you, and you would have no idea.
Danny comes back with the sandwich. Chris eyes it skeptically.
Italy?
They sit.
So what did Grandpa say?
Well, Grandpa used to say, you know, you could walk across the Hudson River on the sturgeon's backs. That's how much fish was out there. He said these things always lived out here. Some called them something like halfway people. We always said saltwater people because they look so much like a person. It's what they used to call us, white people, actually, when we first came to the island. People from the sea.
And they never talked?
Oh, they speak the King's English, just a different king.
So when did you see one?
Oh. Promise not to tell your mother.
All right.
Summer of '73. I was younger than you. It was the best summer for fishing I can remember, but the water was awful cold. And I was crowing with my dad and a few other the Montego Kings, and we left from the beach by sunup, and I was feeling fine until I lost sight of the land, and then I was awful seasick. As I ever have been since. And Grandpa Bert had to lay me across the sea, tie a rope around me so I wouldn't fall overboard while we were tending net. So upon arriving at the beach, first thing I saw was my mother standing there with her arms folded and a hairbrush. Man, as I tried to walk on the beach after being so sick, I couldn't get my foot and I was sick all over again. Meanwhile, my mother was saying, where have you been, young man? Having the hairbrush ready to lay it on me, so even though I'm falling down nauseous, I run to my cave. Always was this one spot when I was a kid. It was out the front door, down the street, onto the beach, and then you follow the drain over the fallen trees till I get to my cave. It was always my place. Well, that night I stayed there till about 2, 3 in the morning. Just my luck. It starts to rain, so I get good and stuck there. But again, I'm not, I got this feeling like this wasn't an ordinary storm. This was my storm. A storm like this comes along once in a man's life. I mean, there's no way you could understand this, that this was mine. I could point to a spot out in the ocean and send lightning down. Boom! Just like that, as fast as I'm walking. But even though it was my storm, it didn't stop me from the cave from flooding. And stupid me, I stayed in there till the water was up to my chest. I didn't want to leave. And that's when I saw her. And slapping around the water.
And then what?
Chris grins at Danny bashfully. Danny looks to Chris. Danny looks to the eel.
What? You?
Well,
You did?
it's like
Does she have a?
yeah, it's like a little.
But how does that like?
I don't know. I don't know. Look, those memories come back to haunt me. They haunt me like a curse. Is a dream a lie if it don't come true? Or is it something worse?
I mean, like, did it hurt?
No.
She had a name?
I called her Jennifer.
And you never told Mom?
No, your mother knows, but she weren't too happy about it. She doesn't like to talk about it, especially with you.
And you never saw another?
No, at least not till 15 minutes ago.
Is that why you fish?
Chris thinks long and hard about it all.
No, like I said, it's my nature.
Chris picks up another fish.
Here, put her in ice.
We're out, remember?
Of course.
He throws the fish over the side. The Mohican Pequot sails on. Scene 5 now. Dan and Coral are left in their kayak.
Hey, look at that. It's Miss Hamilton's house.
Well, that'll be a fortune to fix.
You think she's all right?
No way she stayed put. Muriel Hamilton's got some cunning. That's how she stuck around school for so many years. God, I haven't been down these streets in years. I remember I used to play Super Soakers on this street.
I did a lemonade stand there once.
I've been back there. I might not have been back there in 10 years.
All it took was a Category 5 hurricane.
Well, we're lucky no one's here. They wouldn't want me on this street anyway.
You don't know that.
You know how it is. My name is Mud out here.
Yeah, but you're always gonna be a king.
What does that matter? They just see me as the guy who took their licenses away.
Well, maybe, seeing as no one can fish today, they'd cut you a break.
I threw a lot of balloon at you at that house.
When?
Do you remember? I stuck up behind you when you were in the yard. I came in through the...
Dan?
Dan starts to paddle.
Dan, where are we going?
There's a place my dad mentioned once. I don't know, but he might be there.
Where?
It's in a cave. By the dream behind the house, and
He'd go there?
I think... Yeah, I think I got a feeling.
Well, let's go find him.
Epicor.
Yeah?
I'm the only one who goes in there. Whatever I find, you're not coming in for that.
Like hell I'm not.
They paddle on. Scene 6 now. The sea cave, blue darkness.
Dad? Dad? Dad?
Dan and Coral splash in. Dan's LED flashlight carves up the pitch.
Damn it, he's not here.
What made you think he would be here?
I just, I had a gut feeling.
He looks around.
This is such a...
He holds the flashlight and sees inscriptions on the wall, ancient alphabets and scrawled letters. It's not so much scary as archaeological.
I had a dream about this place once.
Yeah?
Yeah, this is crazy, but I've been here before. I mean, I've never been here before, but I've been here before. I know it in a dream.
What was the dream?
I'm with my father, and we're fishing, and it's high school. We catch this big fish, this really big fish. I'm reeling it in, but it pulls me into the water and it drags me. And then I become the fish, and I swim out to sea.
Well, what does that mean?
I don't know. Maybe it was about this or something, but my dad told me once he had that dream too. That he came here and
He stops. He looks at something in the water. He puts his flashlight under the water and the water lights up. He pulls up his father's eel spear.
he was here.
He looks further underwater.
There's a cave down there.
The water is above his waist. Dan looks to Coral.
I'm going, Cor.
Be careful.
I love you.
He dunks and comes up once, then twice, then on the third time, he dives. And the world flips with him. Scene 7 now. Dan emerges in another cavern with water up to his neck. He finds Chris King standing there, shivering uncontrollably. Sea shrimp and sea lice have fastened themselves to his t-shirt and shorts, claiming him as a part of the sea.
A bucket filled with water. bucket filled with water.
Dad? What are you doing down here?
Fishing.
Dad, what the hell is wrong with you? You've got to come home.
Nope.
Have you been down here all night?
Yep.
Dad, come on. Coral and I are outside. Let's get some clothes on, all right?
I'm staying here, Dan.
Why?
I'm waiting
For what?
for the tides to come in.
Dad, we're going now.
Sorry, son.
Dad!
Dan! See, I can raise my voice too. Ah!
He dunks underwater and comes back up.
I'm waiting here, Dan.
For what?
My time to go. Your mother used to say that to me. Well, she's finally right.
Is that what this is about? Some dramatic way to get all our attention?
I don't need attention. I didn't even think you'd find me here.
Then why'd you leave a note in the freezer?
So, found it. You might have some idea why I was so upset. You got tangled up under a riverboat, Dan.
Dad? I don't want to talk
Oh,
about
of course you don't. You never do. And I didn't ask you to. I just asked you here to let me have some peace.
it. How is this peace, Chris?
I forgot the poem. Danny, every holiday when you were born, I'd say it. I can't remember. The poem's been with us for 13 generations. I forgot it. That sure got me. And when I read that she was gone, Danny, she's gone. And that was it. I had that hope that I'd see her again, Dan. And when they told me I couldn't fish, when Alexa left, when you and your brother left, when you wrote that report, well, when you told all of us that we couldn't fish.
That's not what happened.
Well, I had nothing left. I had nothing. I had that hope that she'd come around. Well, she's gone. She was the last of them. Now I'm the last one to leave the party. And this year, well, this is my storm. I want to clam the tide out.
No. You have to come meet my kid. You have to stick around. You have to fix up the house.
Oh, for who? For who? You're not moving in. Uncle Sam's paying you for some duplex.
Oh, I don't need to give you a reason. You're coming with me.
So you can't move me, Danny. I'm going to Sargasso.
You never listen!
Danny goes after Chris and tries to force him to move. Despite his age, Chris can take Danny and they fight.
Leave me here, Danny.
No!
They grapple with each other and eventually they take each other underwater.
Let me go. Let me go.
They dunk, they come up.
You're my father. You're coming with me.
They dunk, they come up. They pause to breathe. Neither can beat the other.
Please. Please, Dan. I want to go back to her. That's all I want.
Dad, please listen to me. Please.
What are you going to say to me? That I'm old, that I'm tired, that the bay's empty. What have I got to live for?
I'll tell you how it ends.
What?
I remember the poem. You come with me, Dad? I'll do it for you. I'll write it down for you.
You don't know it. You never listen to me.
I listened. Yes, I did. You can splash all you wish when you enter. You may stir up the waters galore. But stop and you'll find that in no time it'll look just the same as before.
Chris splashes Dan. Dan splashes Chris.
Well, it's nice to know there's someone in this family crazier than me.
You're not crazy, Dad. You're a king. Now come on.
Gently, Chris and Dan swim out. Scene 8 now. Dan and Coral's kayak. Chris is wrapped in a blanket while Coral and Danny row. Dan skulks through the flooded streets of Long Island.
I should be rowing. You shouldn't make your wife row.
I can row.
I want to row.
You've done enough for one day.
They paddle back through town.
Sure is something seeing the town like this, huh, Chris?
I've seen worse than this. Should have been here to see Edna. So, what you gonna name the kid?
Well, we were thinking Sandy, but now,
Don't let a little storm get in the way of your plans. Sandy's a fine name.
If she doesn't like the name Sandy, she doesn't have to go with it.
You still mad? I thought we made up.
I'm just thinking
Thinking about what?
about what I'm gonna do with you
Well, you gotta tell me this poem.
when we get back.
Why not now?
Because you need to get warm.
I don't need to get warm. I'm fine like this. I got salt water in my veins.
Okay, Dad.
You gonna take me back to the house?
Not if I have anything to say about it. You're staying with us until the floodwater goes down.
What?
He needs a hot shower and some food.
Well, that'd be quite nice of you, Coral. So I'll take you up on that.
You sure, Dad?
Do you not want me there, Dan? Spent all this time telling me you wanted me around. Now you don't, huh? Which is it?
I want you around.
Good, then I'm staying. And that old house could wash into the sea for all I care. Of course, I'll have to find a place to park my boat by yours.
If you're staying by us, you're not going to be taking the boat out.
I'll do whatever I damn well please. How do you like
It's
that?
my house, it's my rules.
Quiet, both of you. I'm not listening to your bickering all the way home.
May I take the paddle from you, Coral? That is, if it's all right with the captain over here.
Yes, please.
Fine. They carefully switch spots.
Take care of that baby, Coral. No more motocross, all right?
Just until she's born.
You, read the paper, Coral?
Today?
Lately. You, read the Post?
Not usually. I read the page you left in the fridge.
That's what I was gonna talk to you about. See, every time I bring it up with Dan here, he shuts me down. But at least I figured I could talk to you about it.
Something got found under Chelsea Piers. Is that why you went out in the storm?
It's a long story, dearie, but seeing as we have a long way to go, I'm happy to share. You ever heard of the saltwater people?
Dad! Do we have to do this right now?
Oh, Dan. Come on. Tell me.
She's a king. Why shouldn't she know?
Know what?
Because there are some things I'd rather just leave in the past.
Well, the past ain't ever past, son. You should know that by now.
Well, maybe I don't want to think about it before I start a family.
Your family started a long time ago.
Can you please just listen to me, please? I don't want to talk about it.
Well, she's your wife.
So if anybody tells her, it should be me. You want to know about the saltwater people? You're looking at them. Two assholes who won't get smooth no matter how many waves hit them.
Dan, please tell me.
Dan turns around in the boat to look at both of them.
You remember how it happened, Dad? Because maybe we remember it a little differently. See, what I remember is a knife.
Scene 9, then. The Mohican Pequot enters beside the canoe. We pick up where we left off with Danny talking to the eel over Block Island Sound.
Alright, let me teach you something, okay? Alright, say this. Listen. Let me go. You say this to my dad, okay? To him, like the... Yeah, let me go, okay? Let yes, me yes, go. Let me go. Yeah. Let me go.
Danny!
Dad.
You getting on?
Yes.
That's great. I missed anything?
Still nothing.
Danny catches something. Chris just watches him reeling it in, saying nothing. Then Danny picks up the knife and stabs the fish. He shows his dad. Chris picks up the fish and throws it to the eel. She picks it up and begins to eat it. As she eats, Chris leans in.
Danny, can you give us a moment?
What?
There are some things that I need to say.
Danny goes to the front of the boat. Chris intimately whispers to the eel.
Isn't that the same one? No, you're not. She was yellow. I'm sick of waiting. I'm sick of waiting for you. I hate waiting. I've been waiting my whole life. But I got you now, don't I? I waited long enough. I love you. I still do. I'm not what you want. Let me tell you something. I'm not what I want either. I'm not perfect. I'm not the most amazing person in the world, I know that. But I love you so much. So much. And if you don't think that I'm good enough for you, then fine. Fuck you.
He puts out his hand and strokes her cheek. She nips him.
God! God damn it!
Danny comes up and sees Chris bleeding from his thumb.
What happened?
She bit me.
Well, we should let her go.
Absolutely not.
Why not?
Because, I want to take her back and show her off.
She's not your trophy.
I beg to differ, look at the size of her.
She's a living creature and no doubt part of an extremely fragile food
Now,
chain.
Danny, I'm keeping her here.
That's stupid. That's like so disrespectful.
Disrespectful? How is that disrespectful? She's an animal.
Do you want to be tied up, huh?
I'm a man, and that wouldn't happen to me in the first place.
Well, what if you fell overboard and she captured you?
Who knows? Maybe I wouldn't mind it so bad.
Dad, this is ridiculous. You have to let her go. She's...
No, I won't hear any more of this.
Look, you're not even listening.
Danny goes to untie the eel, but Chris throws him off.
Oh, get off me!
Well, fine. You know what? Fine. She doesn't want to be here so bad. The two of you will swap a little sick. You know, this is getting out of hand. This is ridiculous. This is a distraction to both of us when what we should be doing is fishing. Now give me that.
He wrestles the knife out of Danny's hands.
Stop it! What are you doing?
I'm letting her go.
You're gonna hurt her.
Get out of the...
Chris brings the knife down on Danny's hand, chopping off 3 of his fingers.
No.
Danny yells, the eel hisses.
Gosh, get the fuckboard of ice.
Chris gets down to search for one of Danny's fingers. It rolls to the eel. Chris tries to wrestle it from her, but she eats it.
You bitch!
He tries to pry her mouth open, but she wriggles out of a net.
Dad, take me back.
Danny, no, not yet.
Oh, please. Oh.
No, we have to fish. We have to fish, Danny. We have to make money.
Chris frantically hauls up the net from the water. He pulls it back up, and there's nothing.
Oh, Dad, please.
Yeah. No. Oh, what? You think you got somewhere to go, huh? After what you did to my son?
The eel tries to move forward, but it's too hard on her.
There's no one else for me, huh? There's no one else but you. You know, I'm not right for you, but we wouldn't be right for each other. But you know, we could make it work. Please, what can I do? What can I do to convince you?
He leans in, and the eel pulls away. Chris tries to force his way, but she bites him.
God! Fine, you know, that's the way you want it, then you won't leave until you can learn how to respect me. This is my boat, you understand? This is my boat. And I'm the captain of this ship, and it's my words to be obeyed. By you, by him, by the whole ocean out here. Because out here, I'm in charge, and it's my nature out here. Would you just shut up? Would you just shut up?
Let her go!
God, I have to pay off this boat, Danny. I have to make sure we have a home to go back to.
Dad, there aren't any more fish in the ocean for you, okay? All right, not anymore, not for you. You can't catch any more fish by raging at the water, right? That time is gone. It's her ocean, Dad. It's her ocean, and it's not yours.
Chris sits there in his own stunned silence.
Dad!
I'll turn us around, Danny. I'll turn us around. Just let me find you up. No!
It's a sound that's unnatural. An ancient sound of ocean and sky. It's something from the ancient deep. The sky darkens, a storm approaches from out of nowhere, and a huge wave rocks the boat. It's picking him up and laying him down.
Danny, I need help.
He's pale and woozy from loss of blood.
Dad?
Danny, you need to take the wheel, pull starboard.
Oh, I don't know if I...
Do it!
And he does, but he's not doing so hot. He's dripping blood. Chris does a full body press on the eel as Danny tries to steer, and wave after wave hits the ship, and Danny begins to slide off the ship.
Danny!
Danny tries to hold on, but he's totally out of it. And Chris looks to the heavens and screams, and lets the eel go to grab Danny. She quickly slips over the side. Chris holds Danny as he looks at the spot where she was, and he screams in frustration.
No!
And just like that, the storm is gone, and the water calms, and Chris holds Danny.
Dad, can we go home, please? Dad, let her go.
I can't.
You can. Let her go.
I can't.
Why not?
Because if she goes, then she'll never come back, and I'll be alone.
You're alone now.
Chris takes it all in. He's slow to feel, but we can see him begin to bubble and seethe with rage. He gazes out at the sea, the vast expanses sea, whose entire depths he cannot search, the endless array of ocean that he cannot reach and cannot live in. The water calms, and Chris holds Danny weeping. His boat is destroyed. He's going to lose his house, his wife, his livelihood, his reputation, his son, his name, everything.
Ah!
The sun sets fully. Behind the Mohican Pequot, from out of the fog, a massive transatlantic cargo ship passes by. Chris hauls Danny toward the steering wheel, fishes around for an emergency kit, and pulls out a flare gun. He fires in the air. We see the flare reach its zenith and go out. Blackout. Scene 10, now. Back on Chris and Coral's canoe, everyone processes.
I kept that story over the horizon for so long, hoping it would just wash away. But I still got the scars to prove it happened. But no dream. Every time I look at him, Dad, I think of you. You're not sorry. You just wish it went otherwise.
They finally reach a spot with low enough water for them to get out.
I'm going to head up to the house. I'll see you both inside now. You're both going to stay here.
Coral gets up and walks on.
So?
Sorry, but I don't wish it went otherwise.
What do you wish?
That we both knew what the hell we were doing. I know you want to get rid of her. I never could get rid of her. In your mind, she's the worst thing that ever happened to you. Me too. She's never going away, she's never coming back. And I want to be with her, Dan. You might hate me for it, but the best thing she gave me was you.
What does that mean?
You don't have to know anything except that you come from me, and I come from my dad, and he comes from his dad, and on, all the way back from whichever was the first one who came from the sea. And I love you. And maybe someday you'll forgive me. But right now, she's calling me there. Will you let me go?
Dan looks around for help.
Why didn't you ever tell me until now?
Because I know you'd go out searching for her. And so that's no way to live. It obsesses a man. I spared you that. And look at what you have. Look at the life you have for yourself. You got an honest job.
You hate my job.
No, you hate your job.
I love the bay.
Oh, me too.
I couldn't change the science, Dad. I write reports. I don't want anyone to get hurt off it. It's the higher ups than me. They're the ones that make the decisions. I'm just I'm just trying to learn.
I'm not mad at Dan. I should know by now. You can't move Everest, whether you're Muhammad or not. Tell me my song, Dan.
Take a bucket and fill it with water. Put your hand in it up to the wrist. Pull it out, and the hole that's remaining is a measure of how you'll be missed.
You can splash.
You can splash all you wish when you enter.
You may stir up the waters galore, but stop, you'll find that in no time it'll look just as the same as before.
The moral of this quaint example is just do the best that you can.
Be proud of yourself, but remember, there's no indispensable man.
Dan puts his arm on Chris's shoulder.
I disagree, Dad.
They embrace. Chris begins to get back on the boat.
Where are you going?
I want to fish in the middle of Shore Road while it's still underwater.
We just brought you back here.
I'll come back, Dan. I promise.
When?
When the water goes down.
He begins to paddle off.
Hey, fishy, 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 hey, fishy, fishy.
When you're back, close the gate on the way in. And take your boots off in the house.
Yeah.
Chris is gone. Dan just takes it all in and heads up to the house. Epilogue, then. The King Kitchen, twilight. We hear an aggressive pounding on the door. Unable to open it, Chris breaks the lock with his shoulder and forces the door open, partially off one of its hinges. The fireman carries Dan in and sets him down on the kitchen table. Danny's still in shock. Both he and Chris are still covered in the muck of the sea. Chris ransacks the kitchen drawers until he comes up with a sewing kit. He fishes around in his overalls until he takes out 2 of Danny's fingertips. He sews them back on, slowly, silently, carefully. When it is all fixed, he says,
Flex him.
Danny barely manages the slightest movement.
Alright, sleep it off.
Danny stands. He slowly comes upstairs. Chris sits at the table, and Alexa comes downstairs.
Chris? Chris, what are you doing here? What in the hell did you do to the door? You're filthy. What were you thinking? Where's Danny?
Upstairs.
Alexa senses something is deeply wrong. She sits at the table.
Did you catch any fish?
Chris stares into space.
Chris?
No. But, I'll be back. Everything comes back.